Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't done so, why don't you hit the subscribe button for us? It really does help. Do you have an Xbox One Elite controller and the grips are starting to peel off? Well, I've tried to glue them and fix them in several different manners, and unfortunately, it doesn't work, at least not for long. But it's a fairly inexpensive and simple swap to just install new ones. So, if you stick around, we'll show you how to get it done. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today on the bench, we've got a simple one, but I know it's something that plagues a lot of Xbox players. And that is how nice the Elite controller is, but how bad the grips are. As you can see, this one came to me today because it has some grip issues. Commonly, what you'll see is it will be bulging away from the edge, or a lot of times just coming away from the front. Now, over the past year or so, I've done a lot of different things. I've tried to glue these with several different types of glue, like shoe glue and super glues, and even UV glues. None of them really seemed to work. And one of the big problems I had, well, not discovered, but I just came to the conclusion that it wasn't going to be fixable, is the silicone rubber that they use, first of all, doesn't like mini glues. And second of all, and you can see this one, had been attempted to been glued already. If you line it up and then you look at this edge, you can see that the rubber itself is actually stretched. So it's hard to, even if these are still partially bonded, to try to open this up, get a little super glue in there and clamp it down. As you can see, as you start to clamp, no matter where you're at, it's either overhanging or bulging out. And there's no good way to get that compound curve, since it's curved this way and curved this way, to get rebonded. So, like a lot of you, I turned to the internet. And I had pretty much my thoughts confirmed. And that's just, it doesn't glue very well. Now, with that said, if you have a teeny little bulge like this one, you could probably get a little super glue, something like this, or the Gorilla super glues work really well because they're slightly flexible compared to some of the hobby grade stuff. And you can get that little bulge stuck back down. And it's probably, if you're trying to save your grips, it's probably the best method to grab it early when you notice just a single little bulge either on the back or on the side. Since we can't really glue this properly, the solution is just get some replacements. These particular ones came off of Amazon, and I will link it down below. I'm an affiliate, so using the links does help the channel. But I figured I would do a short video on just how to replace them, because it can be a little confusing on how to get into them. And if it's never been a part, it will feel like you're going to damage these, but trust me, you won't. So there's a few ways of doing it. You can get a pick. If you hold your trigger down, you can get a pick in behind them, and you can lift them away. And you can see how this is starting to open. And honestly, if you put it in deep enough, you can just pull it off. But if you want to do it a little safer, you can use a spudger or, a separator of some sort. And if you go in from the side edge, you can see it just pulls up. You don't have to do it violent, and it's really not that hard. So, either type, if you have these laying around, and honestly, this kit that I just ordered, it came with the spudger, a little bit wider than the one I was using, which would probably actually make it a little easier. But You just get it in, hold the pressure, and just work it down and pull, and it'll separate from the side. And there you can see that there's already glue in that one too. So let's just move those ones aside, and replacing is just as easy as pushing it back on. But hold your trigger in. It will kind of jam in behind it if you don't. Holding the trigger in, starting the top, push it in. That's it, good as new. And I mean, you can see how well they fit. It's a little smoother inside of here, but I'm sure that's because of wear. The texture is pretty much identical, just a small diamond pattern. These fit real well. And like I said, they were only $17, and it really makes this controller feel so much better. You know, if you've gone ahead and spent the money on one of these, trying to glue these and having rubber hanging out everywhere, do yourself a favor, don't stress over it, just replace them. Anyway, like I said, it was a quick one today. It was more of a how-to tutorial. So, if you have any comments, leave them below. Give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.